So I thought I would just explain a little bit about what a typical spiritual companioning session looks like and what you can expect. So typically you'd meet for an hour, usually once a month, but that's completely flexible. And really everything about spiritual companioning is flexible. It's tailored to how God leads and what you would like to get out of the session. So you really are in control of how you would like to tailor that hour that you have with your companion. I provide a framework just as a starting place. I find that that's helpful, and then you can wiggle things around and change whatever suits. But typically for me, I would start just with a little bit of conversation, dialogue, just a meet and greet at the beginning of a session before we would go into a time of quiet. So I would lead you into a time of just sitting and being still, becoming aware of God's presence, being present yourself and prepared for what's to come. And then to pray and welcome God into that space. After that, the next chunk of time is really where it's flexible the most, but it's opportunity for you to share or talk about anything that you would like to talk about. I think it's worth noting that you also have complete freedom not to talk about anything if you don't want to share. Really, it's all about you and having control over the dialogue. The companion's responsibility is to listen, to be discerning as they are listening, active listening to see what God is saying, maybe what kinds of questions that I can ask that will help God work in that situation, to reveal things to you, to turn your eyes back to Him, to discover what He's saying or doing, what He's inviting you into. Those kinds of things. The questions are never just out of curiosity or for me wondering something. It's for the sole purpose of guiding and deepening your spiritual walk. So that time is quite flexible. Then usually before we get into our final quiet, we'll do any housekeeping that needs to be wrapped up, talk about if you'd like to meet again, look at scheduling an appointment. And then I'd like to end the session kind of like we began, with an extended time of quiet. Usually I will read a prayer, a poem, a song, a piece of scripture for you to just sit and listen and reflect on, and then pray over you as we close the session. If we're meeting virtually, usually I will just, I will log off and leave you in the call so that you have that opportunity to just sit and be with the Lord for as long as you would like. So that's what a typical spiritual companioning session looks like. Just opportunity to talk to someone about your faith journey and to have them come alongside to encourage, to strengthen, to pray for you, just to be with you in that, and to give a chunk of time where that's your intentional thought, that you are paying attention to your relationship with the Lord and wanting to draw near to Him, to love Him with your whole self and to be loved as His beloved. Hope that helps.